hope all of you are doing well. I am Alok Kumar and you are watching AgriPod YouTube channel.
Base saturation. Okay, it is the percentage of total CEC occupied by bases such as calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium. Okay, when these bases will be occupy some percentage of the total CEC, okay, then it will call it is a base saturation. Okay, and base saturation of uncultivated soil. Okay, base saturation of uncultivated soil is higher for arid than for humid soil. Okay, why it is higher in, okay, why base saturation is higher in arid soil, similarly it is less in humid region. In humid region what happens, okay, suppose this is our soil. Okay, suppose this is our soils contains both acid forming nutrients and base forming nutrients. Okay, so in case of humid region what happens, more number of rainfall occurs. Yes or no? Rainfall is more in humid region. So due to this what will happen, this bases will be dissolved, these salts will be dissolved in water and they will be leached out. Understood? These base forming nutrients, nothing but salts, will be dissolved in the water. Okay, in the surface soil they will dissolve with the water and they will be leached out to the below root zone. Okay, but these acids will be stay in the soil. These acids will be stay in the surface layer, which cause acidity. Okay, but in case of arid soil what will happen? Reverse. Okay, in case of arid soil, means in case of arid region what will happen, the temperature is high. In arid region the temperature is high, so due to this region what will happen, all the salts whatever present in the soil that will come up by the process of evaporation. Okay, understood? When there will be more temperature, the heating of the soil will be occur. Due to this heating, the evaporation of the water will be occur. Along with that water, whatever salts are there, they will come and deposit in the surface layer. Okay, which cause salinity. It will cause salinity. Salinity is nothing but it contains what? Salts like calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. So base saturation is high in arid soil and low in humid region. So this is the reason why base saturation is higher in arid region rather than humid region. Okay, and one more is, if our soil is forming from igneous rock. Okay, if if our soil is forming from igneous rock, okay, or derived from igneous rock, then the base saturation will be less. Why? Because igneous rock will form the kaolinite containing clay types, okay, which will increase the acidity due to iron and aluminum deposit. Okay, so the soil which will form from the igneous rock, that will be highly weathered. It contains kaolinite, which will increase the acidity due to iron and aluminum. Okay, but the soil which will be derived from the limestone or sandstone, because limestone contains calcium, Sandstone contains sodium, potassium. Okay, so gradually these nutrients will be increased if our soil will be derived from the limestone and sandstone. If our soil has more organic matter and 1:1 clay type, they can supply nutrient cation at low base saturation as compared to our 2:1 clay types. So why it will happen? Just now I told you, in 1:1 clay type, what will happen? The iron and aluminum content will be more. So if our organic matter will be increased, so it will release the acid forming acids. Okay, that is humic acid, humin, and fulvic acid. Okay, these acids will form the acidity in the soil. So if acidity will be increased, obviously the pH will be from up to 6.5. Okay, so there is no basis. So at low base saturation, at that point the base saturation percentage will be low. So at that point they can also supply the nutrients. But in case of 2:1 clay type, Montmollan type, okay, so they are having water molecule in between the layers. Okay, they have bond with the hydrogen bond in between the two layers. Okay, so they are having more expansion and they are having more swelling property. Okay, they can fix more amount of nutrients, or they can fix the calcium, magnesium, like this of type of minerals. Due to this reason, okay, due to this reason, if your soil has 1:1 clay type soil and also has high organic matter, they can supply the nutrients at low base saturation as compared to 2:1 clay type. Then one more question is due to come regarding this in your exam. Okay, most of the time in JRF and both for agronomy and soil science, one question is due to come. Okay, base saturation percentage calculation. Okay, so this is very simple. Okay, sum of bases divided by CEC into 100. Okay, that is nothing but base saturation percentage. Sum of bases will be given like K plus plus, Na plus plus, Ca2 plus plus, Mg2 plus. These are the bases we have right now. Divided by CEC, that will be milli equivalent per liter into 100. So this will give you the base saturation percentage. So the next reaction is cation action capacity and anion action capacity. So let's discuss first AEC, anion action capacity, because you must have heard about cation action capacity. It is a common process in the soil. Okay, but anion exchange capacity, it is having its own importance. Okay, so anion exchange capacity means anions, okay, has to exchange. Capacity means the power of soil. Okay, power of soil. So soil has the capacity to exchange anions. Okay, soil has the capacity to exchange anions. Okay, so then what are the anions? Phosphate, okay, PO4 2 minus, H2 PO4 minus, H PO4 2 minus. Okay, then what are the other anions? Sulfate, okay, nitrate, chloride. Okay, these are the most important anions. Those have to available to the plants. Okay, nitrate has to available to the plants because this is the most available form of the nitrogen. Sulfate, this is the most available form of the sulfur. This H2PO4 phosphate, hydrogen phosphate, it is the most available form for the phosphorus to the plants. Okay, so these nutrients has to exchange with the plants, plant root. Okay, so I will give you example. So our soil clay has a iron and aluminum. Okay, it has iron and aluminum. our soil clay particle has occupied with iron and aluminum. Okay, and I applied phosphate fertilizer. Okay, so H2PO4 minus will come from that fertilizer, and it will react with the soil clay, and it will fix as a iron or aluminum phosphate. Okay, when the pH will be optimum for the phosphorus. Okay, when the pH will be optimum for the phosphorus, this phosphorus can be available to the plants. Okay, it is not that fixed form. Okay, it is not for permanent precipitation, it is just for a temporary precipitation. Due to some unfavorable condition, this precipitation has occurred. When the favorable condition will occur for the phosphorus, it will available to the plant. So anion exchange capacity is more in 1:1 clay types and also containing organic matter. Okay, acid soil, then our 2:1 clay type and basic soil or calcareous soil. Okay, in calcareous soil also the phosphate will be fixed, but that is temporary. Okay, it is for temporary fixation. Okay, and the amount of fixation with the calcium is very low as compared to the aluminum phosphate or iron phosphate. Okay, then what is the order of absorption strength? Okay, the order of absorption strength for the anion. Okay, so first comes H2PO4 minus. Okay, greater than sulfate, greater than nitrate, greater than chloride. Okay, suppose in a soil solution. Okay, suppose in a soil solution, these four anions I will keep. Okay, in a soil solution, suppose I will keep these four anions, then what will happen? H2PO4 minus will adsorb first, following with the sulfate, nitrate, and chloride. Then let's come to the CEC of the soil. Okay, cation exchange capacity of the soil, which means cation. Cation means what? Those who are having positive charge. Okay, for example, calcium, potassium, sodium, ammonium. Okay, so these are the cations in the our soil system. So they will exchange with the clay particle mainly. Clay has negative surface charge. Okay, suppose in a soil system, clay particles are there. Yes or no? And we'll add some fertilizer. For example, I added ferrous sulfate, FeSO4. So ferrous sulfate will dissolve with the water and it will form plus sulfate ion. Okay, this cation will be adhere to the clay particle. Okay, so these all processes, okay, occurs due to cation exchange capacity of the soil. Then our roots has also some different cation exchange capacity. Okay, CEC of roots. Then we have two type of root. One is monocot, another one is dicot root. Okay, monocot root has CEC of 10 to 30 and it has 40 to 100 milliequivalent per 100 gram. Okay, monocot roots will absorb more monovalent cations. Okay, and dicot will absorb more divalent cation. Okay, this is the specificity of the roots. Okay, so monocot has less CC, so they are taking only monovalent, means less charged particles. Dicots has more cation exchange capacity, more power. They are having more power, so they can take the divalent cations. So mainly what happens naturally, suppose this is our soil system, root system, shoot system. Okay, and our root and our soil has full of nutrients. Okay, stage 1. Okay, I applied fertilizer. In stage 1, our soil has full of nutrients, saturated. Okay, Next, what will happen? Stage 2. So gradually these nutrients will be uptaken by the plants. So gradually these nutrients will be uptaken by the plants. So what will happen? The nutrient concentration will gradually decrease. So when the nutrient concentration will gradually decrease, now if our plant demands nutrients, okay, if our plant demand nutrients, then the responsible of the soil is more. Okay, the responsible of the soil has to supply the nutrient to the plant, or else the plant will show the deficiency symptom. Okay, let me give you a funny example. Okay, so what happened? One day, Vishwakarma called Lord Shiva for his new home celebration. Okay, for his new home celebration. So Vishwakarma went to Lord Shiva for invitation. Okay, food invitation. Okay, but Lord Shiva told that no, I can't go because I have to do meditation. So you can take to Ganesha. Then Ganesha went with the Vishwakarma to his home, and Vishwakarma started serving food for the Ganesha. Okay, you know Ganesha having a lot means a big stomach. Okay, so he keep on eating. Okay, he keep on eating. Vishwakarma gave everything. Okay, gave everything whatever he has, but still the hungry of the Ganesha, it was not matching. Okay, so Vishwakarma was tensed. Okay, because he has the responsibility to supply food to the guest. Okay, then he will reach to the Lord Shiva. Okay, then he will give some amrut type. Okay, he will tell that you just give this to the Lord Ganesha, and his stomach will be, or hungry will be end. Okay, the same concept is occurring here. In a soil solution, whatever the nutrients are present, when they will uptake by the plants, so what will happen? The nutrient concentration will gradually decrease. Okay, so our soil has to supply the nutrients from the exchangeable site to the soil solution site. Okay, so that capacity of the soil is nothing but buffering capacity. That capacity of the soil is called as buffering capacity. Okay, so this soil solution, okay, the soil solution concentration is denoted is nothing but intensity of the nutrient, and this whatever the nutrient concentration is fixed with the, or in the exchangeable site, they are called as quantity. Okay, quantity of the nutrients. Okay, so soil buffering capacity can be described by the ratio of the concentration of adsorbed and solution ions is nothing but Bc is equal to delta Q divided by delta I. Okay, there is nothing but Q by I. Okay, so this quantity and intensity relationship was given by Beckett, Beckett. This relationship was given by Beckett. Okay, so buffering capacity we can increase through increasing CEC, cation exchange capacity, and by increasing organic matter and clay content. Okay, fine texture soil has a higher BC buffering capacity than our coarse texture soil. Coarse texture is nothing but sandy soil. Okay, in clay soil, the opportunity of adsorption is more as compared to our sandy soil. Okay, so due to this reason, okay, fine texture soil has higher buffering capacity. Means the exchangeable cations will be more in case of fine texture soil as compared to coarse texture soil. Okay, for example, let's see one annexure. Okay, fertilizer. Okay, that is hydrogen phosphate I will apply. Okay, both clay and sandy soil. Okay, at the same rate. At the same rate I will apply. Okay, in clay and sandy soil. Okay, so what will happen? In clay, whatever I have applied the H2PO4, the concentration will be decreased due to more adsorption, less concentration. In sandy soil, the concentration will be more as compared to the clay, more concentration. Then what will happen? If more of the amount of the fertilizer has been absorbed by the clay, then we require more fertilizer. And here less fertilizer. If I'll apply a fertilizer at the same rate to two different type of soil, one is fine texture and coarse texture. So what will happen? Due to more absorption in the clay, the concentration will decrease. So we need more amount of fertilizer to meet the plant demand, because some amount of will be fixed with the clay particles. Yes or no? Okay. But in case of coarse texture soil, the fixation is less and the leaching loss is more. But as compared to clay, we require less fertilizer in case of coarse texture soil. Okay.